Hello guys, welcome to today's class. In the last class, we have seen some 8 points regarding transfer function. We have seen the definition. We have seen in different ways it can be modeled. That is a general model, a pole zero model, a time constant model. We have seen what is DC gain. We have seen a lot of points in the last class. Now in this class, what we'll do is we will see how to find the transfer function of a given system, or in how many ways it can be found, right? So we know that what is transfer function, sir? We know that transfer function is equal to simply Laplace of the output divided by Laplace of the input by keeping initial conditions is equal to 0. By keeping initial conditions is equal to 0. Or the second definition was what? Laplace transform. Transfer function was Laplace of impulse response. Laplace of impulse response was also your transfer function, right? So now see, sir, in how many ways can they ask? A transfer function can be asked in basically a network can be given. A network can be given and its transfer function can be asked. A network given and transfer function asked. Or the second way is they will give you a differential equation, sir. A differential equation. What is the meaning of DE? They will give you a differential equation. In differential equation, there will be some input, there will be some output, and they'll ask you transfer function, right? You convert the differential equation into your Laplace domain, then you can find the transfer function. This is the second way to ask it. And the third way is they will give you signal response. They will give you signal response and transfer function is asked, right? So these are the three ways in which they can ask you the transfer function, sir. First is they will give you a network. You have to represent the network in S domain, then you find whatever is the specified output, whatever is the specified input, you find the transfer function. Or they'll give you a differential equation, then you'll have to find Laplace to it and write everything in Laplace, then you find Laplace of output by Laplace of input, right? Similarly, they'll give you a step response or they give you a impulse response. If they give you impulse response directly, that's transfer function, right? Different kind of questions like this can be asked. So see, sir, the first model I will give you, a network given and transfer function is asked. A network or transfer function from a network. You write it like this. Transfer function of a network. Transfer function of an electrical network. Right? Now this electrical network should be how, sir? The electrical network should be linear, right? So make sure that they have to be linear. So if we talk about resistor, this is how the resistor look like. If we talk about the inductor, this is how the inductor looks like. If you talk about the capacitor, this is how it look like, right? If you want to see in time domain and frequency domain, if you want to see in time domain and frequency domain, this is R in omega, this will become L in Henry, and this will become C in Farad, right? This is how it will look like in your time domain. Whereas when you convert it into Laplace domain, that is frequency domain, the R will not change, sir. The R will still be R ohms only, and the S will be changed like this. The S will become SL and this will become ohm now. This will not be Henry anymore. This will be ohms. Similarly, this will become 1 by SC and this will be also ohm, right? So these are the values of the components which we generally get in network. If you get a diode, if you get a transistor, if you get an op amp, they are non-linear elements, sir. Resistor, inductor and capacitor are linear passive elements. Let me write that. Resistor, inductor and capacitor are linear passive elements. RLCG, linear passive elements, but with a condition. What, sir? With initial conditions of L and C should be 0. Then only this is true, sir. Right? Whereas if you see anything like diode, transistor, op-amp, diode, transistor, op-amp, or if you take your SCR, GTO, any of this you take, sir, the voltage current relationship between them is not linear. But if you take here, the voltage current relationship between them is linear, sir. Right? So, are non-linear passive elements. Voltage source, current source, we generally, whenever we are trying to find the transfer function, that input and output will be voltage and current only, sir. So we don't talk about them. If the input is given, then based on its step or ramp, then we will substitute it, right? We only talk about these devices. So these are non-linear elements. Why they are non-linear, sir? They are non-linear because relationship between voltage and current. Relationship between voltage and current. Voltage and current is non-linear. Here what is there, sir? Here relationship between voltage and current is linear. Here relation between V and I is linear. Sir, how is it linear in inductor? In inductor, what is there, sir? V is equal to L di by dt, isn't it? What is di by dt, sir? Di by dt is differentiation. Differentiation is a linear operator if initial conditions are assumed 0. What is I is equal to, sir? I is equal to C dV by dt, or you can write V is equal to integral 1 by C I dt, right? You can write integral I dt also, na? Integration is also what, sir? Integration is also basically a linear operator provided its initial conditions are 0. That's why they are like. But whereas if you see in diode or transistor, voltage will be e power current proportional. Sorry, the current will be voltage into e power I proportional. Voltage is equal to, sorry, sir, current through diode. I is equal to, ID will be equal to e power VDS, some k like that will be there. We know that exponential is not a linear, that's why this will become non-linear, right? So this is what about your linear elements and non-linear elements. Whichever circuit, the electrical network, whichever electrical network is made up of the linear elements, for that only transfer function we can find, sir. For that only transfer function we can find, sir. Let us see that. Let us take up some basic examples. And one more important point I want to write here. Number of storage elements. Number of storage elements in given network is equal to order of the, or is equal to number of poles, is equal to number of poles, is equal to number of poles, number of poles of the system, right? Let me take up a problem, sir. If I give you a circuit like this, Say first problem I'm doing, sir. Say this is the circuit. Basic circuit let me take, sir. First let me put everything in Laplace. If I put in Laplace, this will be R1 only, this will be R2 only. Say this is VO of S, say this is VI of S. So see sir, what will be output by input or transfer function? VO of S divided by VI of S is what, sir? This is basically voltage division rule, that is R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Now are there any poles here? No sir, because pole says you should have an S term in denominator, then only it will become pole. So no storage elements, no poles in the system. If I show you a second question like this, this is our second question, it is like this, sir. Say your output is VC of S and say your input is VI of S. This is your R, this is SL, this is 1 by SC, right? Now see sir, what will be your VC of S by VC of S, that is output of S by input of S. That is basically output if you want, so that will be 1 by SC. Simply I am using voltage division rule, sir. This impedance by this impedance plus this impedance. So that is R plus SL plus 1 by SC, isn't it? Same thing I have done. R2 by R1 plus R2. Here also this is ohms, so it will become like this. So see sir, that will become as R1 divided by, because that 1 will get cancelled, it will become like this, sir. 1 divided by S square LC plus SRC plus 1, or you can write also this as 1 by root LC square. This is kind of standard, sir, you can remember them, divided by S square plus S into R by L plus 1 by root LC square. If you see, what is the characteristic equation here? This is the characteristic equation here, that is of order 2. Therefore, number of poles equal to how many, sir? Therefore, number of poles is equal to 2. How many storage elements are there? Inductor is a storage element, capacitor is a storage element. Therefore, number of poles is equal to number of storage elements. So, very simple way you can find here. What is the simple way, sir? You simply convert your entire circuit in terms of S domain, and then you find whatever is the output and whatever is the input, right? Now, let me go to the next slide. So, now let us go to the next method, sir. In the second method, how do you find? They will ask you the transfer function, sir. They will ask you the transfer function by using a differential equation. So, see sir, what's a differential equation? A system governing, or a differential equation governing a system will be given and transfer function will be asked. The only condition is what, sir? The only condition is the differential equation should be linear, right? How do we know that the differential equation should be linear? The given DE, the given differential equation should be linear. Now, let us define what is a linear differential equation, sir. If I want to define a linear differential equation, see sir, dy by dx. If I write dy by dx, then what is your x and y? Your y is your dependent variable. Y is dependent variable, whereas your x is independent variable. It will be independent variable, because in definition I will be using these words. So dy by dx, if I write y is dependent variable, x is independent. Whatever is there in the denominator, that is independent variable. What is there in the numerator, that will become dependent variable. So generally my systems will be like this: dy by dt or dx by dt. Here, what is the meaning of t and t here. In both these cases, t is your independent variable. And how will be your y and x? They will become dependents. Right? Now let me write the definition of a linear DE. A differential equation is said to be linear. A differential equation is said to be linear if the degree of the differential term is 1 and the independent term, the dependent term should have a power of 1 and dependent variable and its derivatives, dependent variable and its differential coefficients should not be multiplied. See sir, what's the meaning of this? Whatever differential equation you are looking at, whatever is the dependent term, the differential coefficients, that means dy by dx or dy by dt, d square y by dt square, they should not occur in higher powers greater than 1. They should occur in first power, and whatever is the variable y, dependent variable, that should also not occur in greater than 1 power or less than 1 power. Its power should be 1 and they should not be multiplied. So if I write an example, see sir, example if I want to write, say I am giving you dy by dt plus y is equal to t square, right? Now this is linear or non-linear sir? This is definitely linear. Why this is linear sir? Because y is your dependent variable, the differential coefficient of y, that is, this is having power 1, this is also having power 1 and they are not multiplied, right? Similarly, if I ask you another example like this, say I am asking you dy by dx plus 1 by x is equal to sine y, right? Now this is linear or non-linear? This will become non-linear sir. This is basically non-linear. Why this is non-linear? Because not because of 1 by x. X is your independent variable sir. See sir, whatever is there in the denominator is independent variable. But this sine y is making it what sir? Non-linear, right? Because y is your dependent variable and you are getting sine y. Sine y means what sir? Definitely its power is not 1, because if you expand sine y, you will get y minus y cube by 3 factorial plus y power 5 by 5 factorial and all those things. That's why it is non-linear, right? So if I give you like this, if I give another example like this, d square y by dt square plus phi dy by dt plus 1 by y is equal to sine x, right? Now sine x is some other variable sir, right? Here dependent independent are what? Y is dependent, t is independent, but the power of y is coming as minus 1, that is 1 by y. When you take LCM, it will get multiplied with this fellow, right? So whenever multiplication comes, we know that multiplication is not a linear operator, so this is also non-linear. So what sir? There will be a system and a differential equation governing that system will be given to you and the transfer function will be asked. He will specify what is input, what is output, right? So you will have to make sure that the given particular differential equation is linear. So if I give you a question like this, find the transfer function of a system which has input as x of t, output as y of t, and differential equation governing the system. Differential equation governing that system is, say like this, d square y by dt square plus 2 dy by dt plus y is equal to what, sir? Right, say plus 3y is equal to, say, 5 into x of t plus 5 into or 15 into dxt by dt. Right? Here basically you could see that you might get a doubt, sir. Here you got d square by dt square. Is it not making non-linear? No, sir. This is order. This is the order. It is not degree, sir. Degree means the power, this ones. If you get a 2 here, that will become degree. You get a 2 here, that is 2 time differentiation. 1 time differentiation is linear, 2 time differentiation is linear, n time differentiation is also linear, right? So that is basically not the power, that's the order, right? So what do you do, sir? How do you do the solution for this? Doing the solution for this is easy. You write simply as solution and apply Laplace. Or first you say that the given d is linear. The given dE, excuse me, is linear. How can I say it's linear? Because y is the independent variable. Sorry, y is the dependent variable. X is the dependent variable, whereas t is the independent variable, right? So none of the power is greater than 1 and they are not multiplied, right? So very good, sir. Therefore, apply Laplace. Apply Laplace. So let us see, sir, when you apply Laplace, how do actually you have to apply Laplace? This will become s square y of s minus s y of 0 minus y dash of 0 plus 2 times s y of s minus y of 0 plus 3 times y of s minus, no, they will not get minus because that is not differential, is equal to what? Is equal to the right side terms are pi into x of s plus 15 into sx of s minus x of 0, right? But whenever we are finding transfer function, what do we do, sir? Whenever we are trying to find the transfer function, we will make initial conditions equal to what? 0. We will make initial conditions equal to 0. Therefore, while finding transfer function, the initial conditions are put to be 0. So this is the initial condition. This will become 0. This will become 0. This will be, you will ignore the initial conditions. This will become 0. Similarly, this will also become 0. Now see, sir, how will it look like? It will become s square plus 2s plus 3 into y of s is equal to 5 plus 15s into x of s, right? But when we study in the last chapter, that is state space analysis, we will also consider the output due to initial conditions, right? Very good. So what is the transfer function, sir? Transfer function is equal to y of s output by x of s, Laplace of the output by Laplace of the input. So see, sir, what will become? It will become 5 plus 15s whole divided by s square plus 2s plus 3. This is the answer, right? This is a very simple question I have given you. So make sure you understand this question, sir. One more important note I want to write from here is, you can write it as note. See, sir, what is the note I want to write here? Order of differential equation. Order of differential equation is equal to what, sir? is equal to number of poles. Number of poles. Number of poles of the system. Number of poles in system. Right? So here if you see what is the order, sir? The order is basically 2 because the highest derivative is order. So see, sir, how many poles you got? You got 2 poles. Right? So this is one point you'll have to remember from here. What was the same point from here, sir? The same point from here is number of storage elements in the given network constitute number of poles of the system. Here what is that point? Here the point is the order of differential equation is same as the order of or the number of poles in the given system. Right? Very good, sir. Next. So they can give you a differential equation like this. Simply apply Laplace to it. Then make the initial condition 0, or you don't write the initial conditions only, because while finding transfer function, we'll assume initial conditions are 0. That means the initial condition 0 means what, sir? The system is at rest, right? In this one, you will understand easily. If the initial conditions are 0, what is the meaning of that? The meaning is the initial current through inductor is 0 and the initial voltage across the capacitor is 0, right? Let me write that here. Initial conditions is 0. Initial conditions equal to 0 means we can not value directly like this, or you will say system is relaxed. System is initially relaxed. What is the meaning of system is initially relaxed? The meaning of system is initially relaxed is the current through I through inductor is 0 and C across voltage across the capacitor is 0 at t equal to t minus, or t is equal to 0 minus. Before time t equal to 0, that means whenever the system is existing, whatever input you are giving, that will only take it as this, sir. Before that input given, the initial conditions are assumed to be 0. That means system is initially relaxed. This is the words he will use, sir. Right? Very good. Now let us look at the third point. The third point is what, sir? In third point, you will see that signal response will be given. Third point is signal response. Signal response given and transfer function is asked. And transfer function is asked. Right? So see, sir, what can we write regarding this? We know that transfer function is equal to what, sir? Laplace of the output divided by Laplace of the input, isn't it? So can I write with initial condition is equal to 0? With IV initial conditions, let me write it. With initial conditions is equal to 0. Similarly, I can write here transfer function is equal to what, sir? Transfer function is equal to Laplace of impulse response divided by Laplace of impulse. But what is Laplace of impulse, sir? Impulse signal as Laplace is 1. That's why we have defined another definition of Laplace transform is this, right? I can also say that he will give you questions like this also, sir. Transfer function is equal to Laplace of step response. Laplace of the step response divided by Laplace of step input. And then so on, I can write like this. A transfer function is equal to Laplace of ramp response. Laplace of ramp response divided by Laplace of ramp input. Laplace of ramp input. Right? Because if directly impulse response is given to you, you take the Laplace of it, you will get the transfer function. But he will not ask you like this, sir. He will say, that the step response of the system is given, then what is the transfer function? What do you do, sir? Simply take the Laplace of that and simply take the Laplace of step. That means if it says unit step, it will become 1 by s. Say some other magnitude step, that other magnitude by s. Right? This is one thing you shall have to remember from here. The other point which I will tell you here is, see sir, how does unit impulse look like? How does unit impulse input means, how can I show it, sir? This is how it looks. It will only be present at delta t equal to 0. Delta t is equal to 1 is equal to 0. Only when t is equal to 0 for t not equal to 0. Right? And the area, that is minus infinity to infinity, delta t dt will be equal to 1, sir. What is the meaning of this? That means area of the impulse is basically 1. So in some textbooks you will also see the impulse given like this. You will say this is the impulse. Yes sir, that is perfectly alright. That means the height is infinite, the height is very high, and the width is very small. Right? That is the meaning of impulse. Right? Now if you see unit step, how will unit step look like? Unit step will look like this, sir, isn't it? Right? This will be ut. What is the definition of ut? The definition of ut is 1 for t greater than or equal to 0 is equal to 0 for t less than 0. Right? Now observe something, sir. If you differentiate the step function, what will you get? You will get impulse function. If you differentiate the step function, you will get the impulse function. Similarly, if you differentiate the step response, you will get the impulse response. So let me write it in the next slide. Or let me write ramp also. How will be the ramp input, sir? Ramp input will be like this. This will be TUT. So R of t will be equal to TUT. That is R of t will be equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. That is equal to 0 for t less than 0. What is this 1, sir? This is the slope. This is the slope. At what slope it raises. Right? Now, if you differentiate ramp, what will you get, sir? If you differentiate a straight line, what will you get? Definitely get a constant. Right? So, this also will be using, sir. Similarly, if I write parabolic input. If you want to write about parabolic input, I am writing all units, sir. If you don't write unit, what is the meaning of this? If you write unit, you will get 1 here. If you write some other thing, you will get some a or k, some constant you will get. Right? So, the parabolic input will look like this. It will raise like this. Right? This will be t square by 2 ut. That means p of t, parabolic will be written as p of t is equal to t square by 2 ut, and that will be p of t is equal to what, sir? That will be equal to t square by 2 for t greater than or equal to 0 is equal to 0 for t less than 0. Right? Now what is this? The differentiation is t square by 2. Right? Now if you see, sir, I can write that differentiating parabolic, we get ramp. Similarly, differentiating ramp, we get step. Differentiating step, we get impulse. It can be input or response also, sir. Right? So, what is the counterpart of this? The counterpart of this is like this. The counterpart is like this. I can write it like this. See, sir. Integrating impulse we get, if you integrate, integration is what for adding. If you keep on adding all the impulses, you get step. And if you integrate your step, we get ramp. If you integrate your ramp, you get parabolic. So sometimes this can be directly used to solve any given question or to check the options or even find the transfer functions, right? He will give you what? He will say that so and so is the step response, then find the impulse response, right? You differentiate that function, differentiate it, and you then apply the Laplace. What will you get, sir? Step if you differentiate, you'll get impulse, right? That's what I've written in this particular slide. Step if you differentiate, you'll get impulse, right? So let me do a small question on this. If y of t is equal to t square by 2, or let me write e power minus 2t ut minus e power minus t ut, then is step response, or I can write it like this, because I am writing the questions in which they will give you in the exam, sir, right? So you should habituate yourself to reading the questions. He might not give you like this, he will give you like this, sir. For t greater than 0, for t greater than 0 is step response, then find the transfer function, So see, sir, what we'll get here? Solution. Step response is what, sir? Step response is equal to e power minus 2t minus e power minus t, right? Now, if you differentiate step response, if you do d by dt with respect to time, you do step response, what will you get, sir? You get impulse response, isn't it? Impulse response. So let us differentiate, sir. Therefore, impulse response is equal to, you differentiate this with respect to t. So d by dt of e power minus 2t minus e power minus t. So see, sir, what will that become? That will become minus 2 into e power minus 2t plus e power minus t, right? Now transfer function is equal to what, sir? Transfer function. All of this is happening for t greater than 0. That means there is ut already there, sir. That means transfer function is equal to what will become? Laplace of minus 2 e power minus 2t plus e power minus t. That means what will happen, sir? Minus 2 into e power minus 2t is 1 by s plus 2 plus 1 by s plus 1. So if you solve this, see, sir, what will you get? This will be minus 2s minus 2 plus s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 into s plus 1. So if you solve this, you will get it as minus s divided by s plus 2 into s plus 1, right? Say if you wanted to do it with the other method, no sir, I did not like this, you tell us with this method, right? Here you told if step response is given, you take the Laplace of step response divided by step input, you should also get the same answer. See, sir, you will get the same answer. If I do it with method 2, if you feel, sir, who will do all this differentiation and all, you can directly do it like this. Transfer function is equal to Laplace of step response divided by Laplace of step input. So that will be equal to, what is Laplace of e power minus 2t minus e power minus t. E power minus 2t minus e power minus t whole divided by Laplace of what will be step look like, sir? Step will look like 1, isn't it? Step will be basically 1, sir. Then what will this become? It will become 1 by s plus 2 minus 1 by s plus 1 whole divided by 1 by s. So see, sir, what will this become? This will come in the numerator. So s into s plus 1 minus s minus 2 whole divided by s plus 1 into s plus. So see, sir, what will you get this as? This s, this gets cancelled. This is minus s divided by s plus 1 into s plus. So same way, sir, you will get the same answer even from this particular method or the method which you have done in this one, sir. Right? So whichever method you do, you should get the same answer. Right? So these are some of the small ways in which he can ask you the question. These are 3 ways in which he can ask you the question. I have addressed everything. I have taken a network, convert it into Laplace, then whatever is the output, whatever is the input, find output by input. Or given differential equation, you do that, sir. Or signal response, that also can be done. Right? So let me stop this particular lecture here, and when we meet in the next class, we will do more previous year questions on this. Right? So I'll stop this class here. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you, sir. So that was the lecture, sir. I hope you enjoyed the lecture and gained some knowledge. For more content like this, please subscribe to our channel Octomy and also like and share it with your friends. And if you have any valuable feedback or doubts, you can always write down in the comments. And to watch my entire playlist and the full course, please enroll with us. Thank you, sir.